Hey guys, I know a ton of you are currently applying to colleges, and this time a year ago I was in the huge flurry of stress and chaos and always having things to do in terms of applications on top of all my schoolwork, and really September and October of last year during my senior year or 12th grade year was super stressful. And I wish I sort of had a video like this explaining different things that I learned along the way of applying to college and things that I wish I knew at the time. So hopefully you guys find this helpful and let me know if you did. I wish I knew that it is totally okay to not know exactly what you want out of the college process. When I was applying to different schools, I really didn't have a specific one school in mind that was my dream school where I wanted to go. And after I'd submitted all of my applications is when I sort of decided oh my gosh, this is my first choice. I want to go here more than anything. That fortunately ended up working out really well for me, and that's the school that I will be attending this fall. But not knowing what you want for a really long time is totally fine because you have until May 1st to really make that final decision. I also wish I knew how many supplement essays that I would have to write, and that number was a lot more than I expected because I didn't really understand that even for schools that I applied to with the Common App, that I would still have 2 to 7 extra essays to write for each school depending on what they required from me. And then the schools that don't even use the Common App, you have to do multiple essays for as well. So I just kind of wish I knew ahead of time how much work it really was. I also wish that I knew that asking for help does not mean that you are helpless. It is not equal to being helpless. And asking for help from people like your parents, your teachers, older siblings, older friends, maybe your peers in the same grade as you, is not weak or sometimes asking for help is a lot more useful than you think it will be. I wish I knew that GPA, grades, and test scores are not everything. On a lot of college tours I went on over the years, they always say oh, we look at your application holistically, meaning that they take into account everything that you put into your application, your letters of recommendation, your extracurriculars, your awards, things you invest your time in other than your academics. And I didn't really believe that, and I wish I believed that a lot sooner because it is true, and those aren't the only things that matter. I wish I knew that you don't need to go to a top-ranked school to be successful. Prestige doesn't matter nearly as much as some people believe it does. I learned this through the experiences of my friends and their older siblings and how they sort of handled that, because a lot of people put a lot of pressure on getting into, a top 10 school, a top 50 school, etc. I also wish I knew, to tie into that the thing that matters the most is what matters to yourself as you're applying. You're the one who's going to be attending that school. It has to be the right fit for you and for what you want and what maybe your family wants for you in addition to that, if that's something you want to consider. I think that again, the prestige might be awesome, but if it's not awesome for you, then it doesn't really matter so much, because honestly, I think that you can be successful at any university, community college, 2-year college, etc., because honestly, your success is often determined by what you do with the opportunities given to you and what you make out of the environment that you are in. I also wish I knew that it takes time to submit transcript requests, your standardized test scores, your letters of recommendation, etc. You want to make sure you allot yourself a bunch of weeks ahead of the application deadline to do so. So just do everything early, basically. The last thing that I really wish I knew while applying to college and before I even started the process is that after hitting the submit button on all of my applications, that I didn't know that I would feel really free, relieved, and less stressed. Originally, I thought that hitting the submit button, having the entire thing out of my control, would stress me out a lot because I had no input other than what I had already submitted, but it really really is out of your control, and what is meant to happen will happen. And always remember that you will find happiness and success wherever you go if you have that internal drive and mindset that you will do so. So I really hope that you guys have a really, really great college application season, that you're getting enough sleep, that you're treating yourself well, and that senior year goes exactly as you expect it. Good luck, everybody.